This video is sponsored by me, Real Terrain Hobbies. More on that at the end of the video. Hey everyone, my name is Neil and welcome to Real Terrain Hobbies. In this video, we're going to be tackling the base for the massive Talmburg Castle that we had previously made from the video game Kingdom Come Deliverance. Now, if you haven't seen the making of that castle, I highly suggest you go and check out the playlist right up here, and it is well worth your while to go and check those out and see how we got to this point here. All right, we're doing a bit of a cold open here. We're going to be visiting an old project. That is the castle. I'm doing that first before we go back to the book nook, which we were working on just before this. There's a good reason for that, and that is due to a huge announcement later in this video. That announcement just matches up so much better with a build like this, so that's why we're doing the castle. And this is even bigger than the Kickstarter of last year. So yeah, there's a lot to do on this guy back over there, and I think most of this build is actually going to be taking place out in my garage. This is going to be very large. I just ran into the hardware store to get some wood for the base. Here's my garage. Oh yeah, we're in the garage, and look at what I've gotten myself into here. This is what I've determined is my base. It's 4 feet by 5 feet. Set the camera down. I'm just gonna set it down right here. Here it is. 4 feet by 5 feet. I was not thinking it's gonna be needing to be this big. I'm gonna maybe take 2 inches off the one side just because 4 feet is a little too big to fit in the back of my car. So here is the castle on its epic base. I'm actually gonna have it so the castle is more over in that corner, back that way, similar to that. And the reason for that is we want some space up here for the drawbridge to go to. There's gonna be a road coming down that will be raised up. I'm not sure how high just yet. I need to go inside, look at the computer, look at the model, the 3D model from the game, and decide how high up we're gonna have this castle here. So yeah, we were looking up at the, basically the height of the big tower, which is this guy right there. That's where she is for the time being, parked over there. Basically, it's the same height to the bottom of the pathway, which is 2 feet. So it's gonna be fairly high. Yeah, it's quite high. That means 4 feet high. Yeah. Let's try it. I got this 2x4 here. This guy, or 2x6, sorry. Yeah, that's way too tall. Taking a whole 6 inches off, as much as I want to do 2 feet. Pretty ambitious. If I went this high, I'd need to make the space bigger. I just can't. It would look too odd being so tall. It'll be like 4 feet. It goes on top of here, that'll be as tall as it is wide, almost as tall as it is long. That's too bizarre. You can't do that. can we? That'd be pretty epic, but it wouldn't be anything like the video game. That'd be like a massive castle. What if we like had a massive castle and then like an ocean coming in and crashing up against the side? I don't know. I don't know. I gotta talk to my people. I'm gonna hop on the page for you on Discord and see what everybody there thinks. But if I do that, I'm pretty sure they're gonna want like the ocean at the bottom. But how cool would that be? That would look freaking amazing. Okay. But I can put the castle back here, and then we'll have more over here to play with. Okay. Let's get this castle up there. I want to see what this is going to look like now. Alright. Wow. This thing's going to have to sit pretty low. Whoa, okay. There it is. What you think? I think we like have to now. Leave this as a sharp point. There. Cliff will basically, or the castle basically come down and make kind of an irregular, shape with the rest of the rocks of the cliffs kind of coming out. I gotta figure out this angle and the radius here of this basically circle. So you know what? I actually got these Sona tubes that I have got left over for piles for my deck. So like these are piles that hold your deck up, pour concrete in them. So let me show you exactly what that is, and it might actually be pretty useful. So that guy right there. So this thing, much taller than we need it. So there's the cricket. You wanna chirp? Crazy little buggers. They're out in full force now all day long. You just hear the crickets going. Usually it's like the evenings and the mornings, but I guess it's cricket season. Kinda nice. I don't mind it, my friends. They make a nice sound. There he goes. Alright, so we got this opening in the cliff here. The castle up top there with a little escape route for the king and queen, princess, whoever to escape. Down here there'll be a hidden boat. This will be kind of a hidden thing, hidden. I'm going to use this again. This is Shaper Sheet, and I use this on the shower board. Apparently you can just add plaster right on here, so I'm going to try that. So yeah, there's like a soft felt on the one side there, and then on the back is a foil, fairly substantial foil, and you can actually shape this thing. Hence the name shaper sheet. I've got my hot glue gun. I believe it is set to extremely hot, high heat. And then we just glue it down, and this stuff adheres to the hot glue very, very well. So that's perfect. Now it's time to take this in and get some plaster on this guy. Hardening up nicely. Now, I'm doing my best to keep this as lightweight as possible. Problem that I have is I'm gonna move the camera here and show you. So basically what I intend to do is to be able to flip this over on its side this way. This is very strong and sturdy. Problem is, I was planning to go really lightweight over on this corner. If we have flex on that, that could cause cracking issues on the resin, on the ocean. We don't want that. So I need to build the structure stronger. So I'm gonna bring you back this way. And there's Cam and Levi doing some sculpting in the background. We're gonna tip it over. It's gotta be able to withstand all the weight here as well. So we're nice and strong this way. Now it's just this way. Hey guys, I need someone to come and give me a hand. Come and hold this right like this. See that gap there at the bottom? Perfect.
Wow, that looks way better than I expected.
Transporting. Let's test this thing out. Lift. That's pretty good. Really good. Put your fingers. Good. Awesome. Thanks. And clearly, if I was smart and properly planned this thing out, this would be a solid piece all the way to that end, all the way to this end. Okay. So we got this section here that I need to figure out how I'm gonna do. In particular, how we're gonna attach to that drawbridge there. The beach line, I don't know if you can see here. It'll be roughly right here. So the path is gonna kind of go over here, I think, and then around to there. All right, so I've been racking my brain about how I'm gonna do this whole section here. It's kind of one of my weaker areas, figuring out things ahead of time. So I've been sitting here for a good 15-20 minutes trying to think of how I'm going to do this. because I want to get it right the first time. There is going to be some flex in the bottom here just a little bit, so I want to minimize any movement as much as I can in here. So I'm going to go with wood. Alright, so we got my own formula here for Sculpt-A-Mold or modeling compound, which is just the plaster. This is the Shaper Sheet plaster, really hard stuff mixed with spray-in insulation. We got a sharp edge right here. I'm just gonna smooth that out. Plaster cloth, I think this is just a better way to go. Alright, so it's time for an update. Let's spin this around. There it is. Really happy with it. We got a nice big beach area, which is what I was wanting. Everything now is ready to be plastered, as well as I'm going to be putting on randomly the stone. A little zigzag pathway for the lighthouse keeper to make his way up and down. So I'd say this is definitely set up more for castle defense than commerce and trade. Definitely major fantasy vibes, especially that drawbridge area. Kind of impractical. Looks like it probably could collapse at any time, any moment, but we're going a little fantasy with this guy too, which is good. Alright, so I'm going to be working on the castle wall now, this section here, and for that I got all these leftover cork bricks. I got a whole whack of them still, as you can see right there. So I'm going to be using those guys for that. Glue those on. First, press brad glue on here and then plaster it in a similar manner we did for the castle. So we've got our little gap here, and if you've seen the previous videos that I did on the castle itself, you'll see how I worked at eliminating the gap between these two halves here as much as possible. Basically all I'm going to do is stuff the really hard plaster in between here. Let it set within the next 10 minutes, and then you pull it apart and it creates a little crack along there, which is almost completely invisible. So I'm gonna like shove it right in there. It doesn't matter if I get it on the castle. I'm going to be touching it up, blending in the paint jobs at the top and the bottom, the two halves anyway, so. Slightest little crack. There, perfect. Perfect, see that? So I'm just gonna let that dry now. Let's get it. plastering finally over. This was a lot of plastering. I'm just happy to move on now. Now we're gonna move into paint. We're gonna start off with the spray paints for gray. I got 2 light grays and then a darker gray to kind of go in the recesses. Then we got some colors, some airbrushing. I've got these Woodland Scenics colors that I'm gonna try out, and then some dry brushing with white and make a wash out of the black. I've got a new helper here. Meet Ralph. This is Ralph. Hey Ralph, who's that? Who's that? So Ralph's new to the family. Thought we'd introduce you. So we got Ralph here helping me out, although he's not going to be helping out when I do the aerosol stuff, the spray cans. He'll be inside. So let's do it and get to it. Hey? Hey? I'm gonna go exploring. Yes, I know. All right. There's the one pass there. It's looking a little better. Now it's the black wash. Now I just spray this down first. It'll help with the blending. Go crazy with this stuff. This is what's going to give all our rock all the definition and really make things pop and look like stone. So we're gonna give this stuff a try. I've got no idea what the stuff is actually like. Throw that on there, and oh, it's actually quite fluid, quite liquid. You know, I was actually a little worried about this color at first. It's got kind of a off-putting color, shall we say. I think it goes great against the gray stone. Got the gray stone underneath, soil on top. Looks good. All right, so I'm gonna use some green for around the base of the rocks, and this will give it a nice effect. We might add in some pale blue afterwards as well. It's meant to resemble sort of the tide line, you could say. Don't do that. This is going to mimic the salt line from the ocean. Do some dry brushing. Just look at how it makes these rocks pop. Okay, we're going to go on to some tile grout now. This is going to simulate dirt. We got 3 different shades and our sieve. So let's do it. Then you just gotta go over everything with this watered down PVA glue, and this will seal all the flocking and the tile grout. And now finally, bushes. This is clump foliage from Woodland Scenics. Really finishes this off perfectly. Okay. If this is something you're really into, and you're into modeling yourself, or you've seen my other videos, you see what we do on the channel, and you've always wished you could do something like this, but don't even know where to begin, don't know where to start, don't know what materials and tools to get, or like I said, you are heavy into this already, I got something really big for the both of you. Something pretty special to show you. Come on, come with me. case you didn't figure it out, this is the thing that I was telling you about at the start. This big project I've been working on. It's been taking me all year long to put this thing together, and I'm excited now to show you what it is. Take a look at that. What is all of that? Well, let me explain. Let's put you on the tripod here. Here we go. Okay. Let's turn on good audio here. It's all nice and professional. Okay, so what the heck is all this? What is this here? This foldable cutting mat? Crazy. Well, for the past year, I've been secretly working with a company called Muse Kits, formerly known as Smartbox. Now, they've done Jazz's Ultimate Mega Minis box and his other boxes, Nerdy Crafter and her amazing box. And now today, here we are announcing the one and only Real Terrain Hobbies Builders Kit, Fire and Hammer. Now this kit includes absolutely everything that you need to create your own realistic terrain, just exactly like we do here on the channel. Now included in the kit is a special edition laser cut scale model of, you guessed it, a blacksmith. With this kit comes an additional 33 items to transfer your blacksmith into a true masterpiece to show off at the gaming table or on your shelf to impress your friends and family. Now, we're barely able to fit everything into this box. It is absolutely filled straight to the brim. Right now, it's of course empty, but when you get this thing is gonna weigh like a brick, a whopping 12 pounds with everything packed inside, no room for anything else. We've put everything we can into this. I've handpicked every item in here meticulously and carefully, making sure I get the most premium items to include in this box. All that to give you the same results that you see here on the channel, such as the castle out in the garage there, or my medieval tavern. Now with this thing being so big and so heavy, there's over $320 worth of materials in this thing. Really almost 330. That's if you were to order absolutely everything individually online on Amazon or wherever. That's what it would come to. For us, we're able to make this kit, bring it all the way down to $199, which is flippin' crazy that it can come down so far. This is everything you need to get started in the hobby, to make an amazing kit, and to continue from there. You'll have all the tools, extra materials to keep going. They do have a payment plan where you can make 4 payments of $49.75, so there's no extra charge to do the payments in installments. Pre-orders are open now with shipping starting early December, so it'll arrive to you just in time for the holidays. Shipping in the United States and Canada is $15 US, international shipping $20. Very good deal on shipping, considering this thing, when you get this in your hands, it's going to be heavy. Head over to musekits.com/builderskit and place your order now and make some amazing terrain just like we do here at Real Terrain Hobbies. Now, let's get back to the garage. Okay, are we ready for the big reveal? You can see the castle looming in the background there. I covered up the window just to get a little bit better lighting. There it is. Are you ready here? Take a look at this. There it is. Look at the size of this castle. We did it. We stuck to the 4 feet right there, or 2 feet. 2 feet high, then an additional 2 feet, 4 feet high. Water is next. The water, I'm going to be actually casting the waves. I'm going to be carving them out plaster this time around, getting some really nice realistic wave effects. I'm actually going to put a lighthouse right here on this corner, so we'll have some waves crashing against that, and this thing is going to be absolutely crazy once the water's all done. Look at that. Alright guys, a huge thank you to all my patrons. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this. If you want to be a part of that community, we got a massive competition going on right now, a builders competition. Head over to the Discord for $2 a month. That's it. It really goes a long way into helping me do stuff like this and really help me with my upcoming massive resin purchase, because that is going to be expensive. So thank you to all my patrons, and without further ado, here we go. All right, let's cue the music and roll that B-roll.